Hey everyone, this is episode 451 of OotiniCast being recorded on the 8th of November. I love when the sound comes in and I get to hear both. On the 8th of November 2022, this is the raw version of the show with all flubs and errors left intact, and then we will take the audio, clean it up as much as needed, and put it out as a podcast for tomorrow. So, we're going to get going on the actual show here in a moment. Let me go ahead and tweet out that we are live. So, let's see. 451. It's funny, like, when I started learning French, I put like a French keyboard on my iPhone, so that because otherwise it's really hard to do like accents and stuff. Exactly, the accents. And then of course there's like this big button that swaps between the English and the French one, and so like a lot of the time, and it's right in the corner, so I hit it with my thumb by accident all the time, and then it just makes my, even autocorrect is not going to fix that,
Nope, not at all.
So yeah, that's what happened just now. I was trying to do Twitch and it was coming out. So yeah. The funny thing is, a lot of the letters are the same, but all around like the outside they're kind of different. So it's like there'll be a couple of right ones and a ton of wrong ones, just enough that like sometimes I'll think, oh, I really mistyped that, and then I look down and it's like, oh yeah, the Z's in a weird spot, so it's the French one.
How many characters do they have in France? Like, what are the French
the alphabet's basically the same, except they have the accents.
Because I took French, but I don't remember anything.
It's weird.
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
I believe that was in 95.
Sorry, what was 95?
Oh, it was in the 1900s, back when I did French.
Oh, yeah. It's coming very slowly for me, but I'm still enjoying it.
Good.
All right. Let's see. And so, yeah, Kitty, if you're ready, it is past the top of the hour. We should get going.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and... Going in 5. Hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast, the podcast where first prize is flavor with your gruel. This is episode 451, being recorded on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. I'm your host, Chill, and with me is my co-host, KittyKissz.
Hey, Chill.
Hey, Kitty.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. I've been very, very busy the last show, since the last show, but I'll let you talk first. What you've been up to since the last episode?
Well, I finished all the storyline with my last character, the Sentinel/Assassin.
Nice.
That was very fun. So, like a good Ootini, I made a new character and got it in the guild before server reset, so that we wouldn't lose any conquest points when, leveling a character. I don't miss that whole week when I actually start playing the character.
Ah, okay.
And she is... her name is Kojak Kitty. She's bald. She's a scoundrel.
Oh, nice.
I don't know exactly.
Do you have the rascal's toothpick, since you can't? You just pretend it's a lollipop.
Yeah, she has a lot of. Sometimes she has it on. Sometimes she doesn't. But
that's fine.
The catchphrase is, "Who loves you, baby?"
That's right.
which is really fun.
Yeah. It's definitely a reference for people of roughly our age. I don't think,
right?
Yeah. I don't think Kojak really made it as a cultural touchstone much past its actual time on the air.
I think he was probably done out, and he was in and out by the time the 80s came along. So
yeah. exactly. Tilly Savalas is pretty amazing, but
oh yeah, totally, baby. Yes, baby. But I'm not. I kind of just called her Kojak Kitty because I have so many alts and I have to have some distinguishing,
right?
Something distinguishing in the name so that I don't lose her in the legions of tunes that I have. So.
Yeah, exactly. If it's I can see that. For me, it's the cosplays, so therefore the name automatically is going to tip them off. But if you're not doing that, if you just do some, Cloud or Dark or something like that, it's like, okay, it's some sort of dark character, but who?
What the hell? What? You know exactly what you're talking about. Also, you know what I just realized is that you do Chill and then a name.
Yeah.
And I do Kitty and a name or a name and Kitty.
Right.
Huh. Great minds think alike, I guess.
Yeah, there's other ways you can do it, but I figure if I put my name at the beginning, I've done this for a long time now, and it just it helps because it's like instantaneously. Okay, it's like there's one of Jill's many alts because they don't have to think about it or anything. So I was just if I was just using cosplay names, then it's like, well, it's a cosplay name. That could be Chill, but it could be someone else just doing a cosplay or whatever. So yeah.
So I am the parameters at this point, and by parameters I mean I usually give the character some sort of like personality, and then which I can enable some sort of arc for the character, so that they start off with one kind of attitude, one kind of belief system, and that is what dictates the choices that I make when I'm playing. And then eventually, hopefully they turn into a different person through the span of the storyline.
That is cool.
This one is what would Andor do? That's how we're starting her off. And no spoilers. I'm not going to say anything about Andor.
Right.
But yeah, it's been really fun, and it's kind of nice just to bust a cap in somebody's ass when they need it. It's been really fun. Nice. I don't know if she's going to necessarily become, good, because sometimes they just kind of flesh themselves out organically throughout gameplay. But that's kind of what I'm going for. Like eventually she's going to be a team player and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
And I was thinking about not getting a second class until Kotfi starts, because then you get. Oh wait, I can't choose a force user, can I?
You can't choose a force one. No, I mean,
crap.
You're starting out as a scoundrel. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I was gonna say, once you get the taste of the force from Valkorion, it would be cool to take on a force user.
That would be cool. Yeah. But that can't happen, unfortunately.
I've been thwarted again. Oh well. Anyway, she is level 46, and we just got into the works on Coruscant.
Wow. Oh, on Coruscant.
She doesn't have her ship yet.
Wow. When you said 46, I was thinking Corellia.
No.
I've been really seeing every mission and everything.
Well, I haven't played a scoundrel in years. Like, I don't think I've played it in maybe like, I want to say 6 or 7 years.
Nice. Are you digging it?
Yeah, I like it.
And which like class or which type?
Oh crap, which is the one? It's the burst spec.
Okay, so not the dot spec. Yeah,
not the dot spec.
Ruffian,
but it's pretty fun.
Or is that the dot spec? I can never remember the names.
Which one did you say?
Is it Ruffian or is that the dot spec? I think that's the dot spec. Actually,
man, I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
for some reason
it's fun, and it's also the mirror. It's the mirror of the agent one that I really like. But it's interesting because this one you're punching people, and the agent you're stabbing them.
Yeah.
And I've got her gloves that have Durasteel like brass knuckles on them.
Nice.
So, and it's just kind of funny because she runs around and she'll one shot left cross some poor bastard.
I know, isn't it fun?
And just dead. It's just kind of funny. So
a couple of characters that I've done, it's like I've tried the power punch ability, and going that way for like sort of a punchy type character, but then no, once you know about the scoundrel punching ability, they do nothing but punch, like practically.
They're just
they do so much punching.
Yeah, and the way it sounds is funny.
Yeah,
it's just
pop 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 pop. And if you have your your upper hands stacked up, you can like do like 6 punches in a row, because the main one is technically a double punch, and you can kind of do it 3 times if if you work everything right. Or if they just drop because you're killing them.
Right. Ow, and then on to the next poor bastard. Bow.
Yep.
It's just kind of funny because I mean, she's got a gun in one hand, but she's so deadly with that left cross. It makes, I was thinking of, okay, she would, out of all the the heavyweights through boxing history, I think she would have whooped everyone's booty, potentially with one shot. But anyway, it's been really fun, and every once in a while, it just, because it's such a ludicrous thing to happen, I just find myself laughing about it. I'm like, oh man, just this guy's running right at me, then out he goes. It's pretty fun. Let's see. I got to level 24 in Galactic Seasons.
Nice. Yeah, that's about where I am.
Yeah, I am not trying at all.
Yeah,
I'm just playing it the way I want to play, and if I get Galactic Seasons, so be it. Last week I think I got 7 of them, or 6 out of 7, and I was just playing.
Nice.
Every once in a while I'll see one, and I'll be like, I put them up to kind of see what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, I don't want it to end, because as soon as it's over, I'm like, crap. I love doing it so much that I because the first year I went head on really quick and did it every day as much as possible, and blah blah blah, and then it was over, and I regretted it the whole rest of the season. So last season I went, okay, let's see if I can just play the game the way that I play it, and see if I can complete it. And I completed it several weeks, if not a month, before it ended, just playing the game, not trying at all. So it's going quick, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's really, really fun. I love the Galactic Seasons. Next, I got that spider mini pet.
Yeah,
I saw it,
it's pretty cool.
I need that.
That is really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I got that. I ended up getting in that too.
Is it the Boson monks or something like that?
That's what I heard, but yeah, I don't remember the exact name.
I know that I'm
them,
butchering the name, but that's pretty cool. I like that it has a brain in a jar, and it's got that little clamper on it, like kind of like a mandible on a normal bug. But it was it's fun. I like
Enlightened Spider Droid. There we go. Kitty Treats, let us know.
And
it's good stuff.
It's creepy. I like it. I mean, what a great Halloween addition.
Right, exactly.
Well done. And lastly, I voted today.
Nice.
Both Kitty and I put our ballots in at the last moment. I rode my bike over to the ballot box after work and deposited
nothing wrong.
The ballots, and done. So
yeah. In Washington State, we have the vote by mail, so everyone pretty much votes by mail. You can drop it off if you need to. If you end up waiting till the last minute, there's a few.
I waited to the last minute. That's why I had to go. Otherwise, I would have mailed it in.
I had to vote the first day I got it though, because both of the ballots come to my house, but Declan's up at college, so I had to spend some money to put it in an envelope and get it up to him so he could vote properly.
Well, that's cool though.
Yeah, so he got to vote. So I think he did that just a few days ago.
Good, excellent.
Yeah.
And then just life. Other than that, not much.
Well, that's good.
About it for me, my friend.
All right. Let's see then. Let's go ahead and see who's in the Twitch chat. According to Twitch right now, which is a little Funkadoodle, but hey, 152 Domino shows up as here. Alice C. Dre, Bodie, Discord streamer community is here, which I don't know what that is exactly. Drap Snat, Gator Skull 1289, Kitty Treats is here. Maverun, Roxy, Sergeant America TTV, Small Streamers D community. There's a couple of like watchers or something. I don't know what those are. Or little bots or something. Social Streamer Growth, Squishy Twitchy, Vently, and Wolf of Mandalore. So hey, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
All right. So a couple of things. And I forgot to mention that I was working on it on the last episode, but I finished an achievement called, and I'm not a big achievement hound, as you know, but I did in this case because it has a kind of a cool reward. It's called the We're Wanted Men on 12 Systems achievement. It's a Mechshaw achievement. There's this mission you pick up, and then you have to complete it, and then it's 0 of 10, 0 of 10, 0 of 10. You have to do something 30 times total. You can do on one person once per day. I did on 2 people, so I got it done in just over 2 weeks. And I found it through, I think it's This Day in Tor. It was a little, roughly like shortly before I actually started it. So this would be like 4 weeks ago now. But I just finished it. And so what happens is when you get it, you get this item, and then you can, and it's sort of unlocked for your whole legacy, but not totally, because you have to get a character there, because there's a vendor that will open up, and you'll be able to get another one, but they're all locked to those characters. You can't send them to your legacy or anything. But what it does is it puts this really cool, like smoky, shadowy effect all over your body, and then your eyes glow red, and it lasts 5 minutes. And it looks really cool. It's really, really neat. Yeah. It doesn't show up in cutscenes. I tried putting it on and then starting a cutscene, and it just that effect doesn't show up. So it doesn't work there. But it persists through combat and all that sort of thing, and it lasts 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's a little bit like, say, the Jawa droid, the Jawa balloon, for example. Where it's like it puts a visual effect on your character, and it lasts 5 minutes, and the cooldown is roughly that too. So you can just kind of re-up it if you wanted to.
That's cool.
And when I was doing it, I was thinking, I don't know if I was hoping it would work through cutscenes, and then I could come up with some sort of really cool shadow character, But since it doesn't show up in cutscenes, it's not as important for me from a cosplay perspective, but but it's pretty cool. So any sort of dark side character or shadow or assassin character for sure. It's a very slick little effect that you get. So it's called We're Wanted Men on 12 Systems, and it's on Mechshaw, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see. There's in the Galactic Season 3, you get several ultimate packs along the way. I got to the first one, and I got a couple of nice deco. I got a really cool deco, and I got a color crystal that I'm actually using, which is pretty cool. And then I also got the Winter Outlaws armor set, which I didn't know this about it, but it didn't seem to have a helmet. So I thought, oh, okay, cool. It's just an armor set in a Winter Outlaws, so it has some fur, and the gloves are extra large and kind of fuzz covered, and there's some other stuff. But then there was a helmet. I was like, whoa, it shows a helmet. And so you look at it, and it's just a pin stuck behind the character's ear.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah. I either didn't realize or completely forgot about this, but I got it out of the GS3 Ultimate Pack, the Galactic Season 3 Ultimate Pack. Yeah. And that's great. Obviously, and the cool thing is about the Season 3 Ultimate Packs is, it doesn't fully bind to you. I could sell it, but I'm probably going to use it because I think that's kind of cool.
It's a great...
It's a nice set.
Outfit is really good, and it dye's really cool too.
Does it? I didn't try the dye. I was just like, wow, that pin behind the ear is really cool. Mm-hmm. And then there were some other things too, but and a couple of them, one of them was a pet that I never got before, so I got it, and then I'll just unlock it next time there's an unlock sale.
Do you remember what pet it was? One that you wanted?
It was one of the mini probes. It was one of the the little sort of vaguely Hoth-like probes.
Right.
This one was red though.
Most
of them are kind of gray, black, dark blue, and stuff like that.
Cool.
This one was like pretty bright red. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Nice. And that's actually, and I'll talk about it more during the tip of the week, but this, I actually got it from one of the, from a pack, and it ended up being on one of the other, servers that I'm doing like the Galactic Season stuff on.
So, crap, I forgot to do that.
Yeah. Well, there's still enough time. You can still basically do, as long as you do the dailies and get the weekly because you're doing the dailies, which that one always shows up. The 200, collect 200,000, conquest points. That's pretty doable. You can pretty much get all the way through Galactic Season 3 just with that. So if you're very, very steady, you can actually do it without much of anything else, which is pretty cool. And if you need to, then you can also do a few others along the way, and I'll talk about that in a minute here too. But also what I did is I made a Scarecrow cosplay, Scarecrow from Batman. Basically Madness Sorcerer abilities, makes sense, but I'm doing the Jedi Consular story, partly because 7.0 I like to mix it up, like I've seen agent story with agent abilities and warrior story with warrior abilities and trooper story with trooper abilities, for 10 years. And now it's like I get to try to mix it up. So I'm mixing it up. That was a big part of it. But also I know the story well enough that I know that Act 1 is all about this sort of like madness, force, disease, sort of thing going on, which felt very Scarecrowy. So, and I've been just plugging away at it. He's now on, he's around the same level, 46, but he actually is on Corellia. He's not on Coruscant like yours.
He's back?
Yeah, he's actually, he's basically at level. I think we're halfway through Corellia, and I think we are like 48 at this point. Cool. And yeah, I remember doing, towards the end of the 6.0 era, I did a Loki cosplay, and he was a Madness, I don't think they call it Madness anymore, but a Madness assassin. Sort of the the dot assassin. This one, the Sorceress Madness spec feels very different. It still has the death zone, or the death field, and it still has the dot improvers. There's certain things that has sort of in common, but it feels very different, and I'm really liking it. I like it a lot better than the assassin version, actually.
Yeah, Kitty just played that. She played Madness Orc for a little while just to kind of check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
She was digging it.
Yeah. One of the early choices that you get to make is one called Plague Master. And
perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I thought awesome for him. And then also it takes your shock ability. It increases the cooldown of it, which is obviously negative, but whatever dots you have on that person when you shock them, it basically takes all the damage it would have done over the rest of that time and does it immediately. So it's like this huge burst of damage especially if you have all 3 dots on them at the time that you pop them.
There is a tactical that does that too.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's I actually bought him a tactical and sent it for when he gets to 75 because I was kind of maxing out on tech points. And I don't know if it does quite the same thing, but what you do is you shoot your lightning, and then it'll make the dot tick. This is a little different though, where it actually takes the dots, finishes them, and does all the damage that they would have done all at once.
Okay,
and so I'm doing, even on gold stars, I'm doing like, if it crits, especially like almost half of their health from just that one big pop. It's really nasty. Yeah. But then but if you didn't do this, you don't have to redo the dots so often, because as soon as you pop it, those dots are obviously gone because you have in fact done all the damage from them. So you have to redo the dots. But it feels really good, and it's actually kind of a lot of fun, and it definitely feels a lot different than any other dot spec that I've played, which is kind of cool. So I thought that was pretty neat. But you don't have to take that one. You can do there's a couple of other options. I think one is like one of the other options. If you don't take that one, you can take the one that reduces your threat level and also gives you like a 25% damage reduction for like 6 seconds, one of those kinds of abilities.
Oh, right,
and the other
right.
one like takes your single target lightning and makes it hit like 2 other targets. So, but I like the Plague Master one because that big hit feels really good actually.
Yeah,
So so there's no, like I pointed hat, like scarecrow hat in the game. So I went with like the really, really creepy sort of like the old emperor
Brain.
type look with the brain and the face wrap and no eyes and all that sort of thing. Very, very creepy. Very happy with his look. It feels very appropriate for him. And and I'm liking him a lot. Underneath, when like during cutscenes when you can't have the helmet because it just takes it away in certain cutscenes, especially in class story. So then I do have him. I have him mostly made up to look like the version of him from Batman the Animated Series, which is kind of like one of my favorites anyway. So he has like sort of like the thatchy hair and sort of like reddish yellow and sort of like a big sort of like squash nose and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with it. He looks pretty accurate actually to that version, which is odd, but whatever. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, and we'll keep going with that for sure. And you do give up, like when you do the Plague Master, you're also kind of giving up some other like sort of AoE stuff because you're popping that damage, and then your dot spread is from it's from Death Field, and anyway. Then you have to make sure you have the dot on him before you death field him again, all that sort of stuff. But it's still pretty slick. So I'm enjoying that a lot.
Cool.
Let's see. So let's go to the tip of the week. It looks like you have a tip, Kitty.
I did. This is one that I didn't know existed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that you can use a companion compendium to level Faye to level 50.
Wow. Okay. So even though she's a special one and normally, wow. Right. So that overwrites that. That's cool.
I thought that you had to level her up through the track.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Evidently you don't. And once she gets to 50, I can confirm that it does unlock the vendor to sell you
gifts for other companions.
The gifts for Faye.
Right.
So
that's
on
pretty
other
cool.
Characters, you can just go level them up. And also, I know that when you're using Faye, you're more likely to get the GAME.
You're right. Modules.
Drops, modules and stuff. So,
yes. In fact, it's so rare without her that I just don't see them. I don't think I've gotten a single one without her out as an active companion. So, yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
Excellent. All right. Good news. Yeah, that's good stuff. A little update on the tip of the week from last week. I was leveling. So there's basically 3 servers that I just don't play on, never played on before. And so those are like where the characters are really low level. I got them to the end of the capital world so that they have their ship, which means I can talk to Faye and turn the modules in to get the reputation items. So I popped them, and then I realized, I'm not getting any conquest points for this. I did some more research, and it turns out that there's 3 bands of levels for conquest missions or whatever for conquest points that you get. And only if you're level 71 plus do you actually get conquest points for gaining reputation. So darn, which is unfortunate. However, on the plus side, this week, and I think this happens at least one of the other weeks too, you have this weekly where if you get 1,000 reputation points for the GAME, then that is a weekly that you can actually complete. So even though I can't do the week or the daily for the reputation points on these servers, what I can do then is just every once in when I need to, go to her on the ship, talk to her, turn in a bunch, and just pop them, and you get the 1,000 rep points, and you're good to go.
Nice.
Yeah, it seems to be like 2 purples, so that's 2 of the 20s, so 40 of them. Yeah, 40 of them will get you 1,000 points. There's other tricky ways you can do. There are rep increase buffs from the daily logins that you can pop beforehand if you want to minimize the amount of stuff that you need to use or whatever. So you can there's little tricks you can use to make it a little more efficient, but basically you're going to need about 40 of the game modules to turn in to get 2 of the purples, and then just pop those and you'll have your 1,000 points. So that's and it's almost right on. It's basically what you need, so it's all good. So even though I did end up like doing that whole extra planet for those 3 characters on those 3 servers, and it won't get me like it won't help me with the daily, but it will help me with at least one of the weeklies some of the time. I don't think that one shows up every week, but it shows up at least a couple of the different ones. I'm pretty sure. So it'll still be helpful. It'll still be helpful. And meanwhile, I'm just building up my strongholds. By every day I unlock another one, another chunk. I got a bunch of credits from like selling. You can sell like the missions you get from the daily logins. You can sell once you get some of these packs. Like if it's a deco, well, if this is a server I don't really play on at all, so I don't really care about the decos. So I'm just going to wait until they just put them into my inventory, let the day and a half time out, and then I can just sell those on the GTN, and those will sell well too. So there's a lot of credits that you can have pretty easily, even as a low level character. So once I'm at the max 150%, we'll see if it's actually doable to get 25,000 points daily done with, just like giving a gift and then getting the influencer because of the gifts, and then doing a deco 5 times. And there's a couple other sort of simple ones that you can do. And we'll see if I get to 25,000 just with that without using the reputation item, which is unfortunate that I can't do that because that guarantees it. 'Cause the reputation one is like a lot of conquest points. It's like 40,000 conquest points. But you can also, the 5 crew skills is possible, and there's some other ones too. So there you go. One other tip from me that I sort of got reminded myself running around Corellia getting dismounted by all these things that can dismount you very, very easily because they're all ranged. They all have guns on Corellia. There's not very many critters except around the zoo. If you want to mount up and get past some enemies without being dismounted, and you have a shield like sorcerers and sages, put it on and then ride through them. Because if they don't do actual damage to you breaking the shield, then they can't knock you off. But of course, great. Of course, if they have a stun or a root or something like that, they can still dismount you with hard crowd control like that. But regular damage just won't knock you off if you have your shield up.
That's great.
I never thought of that.
Because I was going through there too last time, and I was.
Oh, it can be a pain in the butt, can't it? Yeah.
This is why no one invites you to parties, Corellia, because you're.
That's right. It's like there's certain tunnels, and it's like there's droids, and I just know they're gonna dismount me every time. But it's like on this character, at least I've got a shield, and it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't tested other ones. I haven't tested. Some of the things that kind of prevent you from being, like the one that prevents you from being CC or hard or like rooted or slowed as a trooper or a bounty hunter. I haven't tried that one. That only lasts 10 seconds though, so that's if you really want to avoid one group, basically, and then it's going to be gone. The shield lasts quite a bit longer, so it's kind of nice that way.
Exactly.
Anyway,
cool. That's
yeah, and DL Smooth Wolf sent us something, but it's really more of a letter, so I have it later on in the show notes. I'll still send him a pack anyway. If you have a tip of the week, please send your tips to OotiniCast@gmail.com before the next show for a chance to win a Tomfon M83R droid pet code or an M2B9 droid code, courtesy of Bioware, plus a 450cc code as well. Also from Bioware, thank you. And that'll bring us to the Mind Trap, and you came up with a very good one this time, Kitty. So by the way, just sort of like as an extension to my week, like I'm doing a bunch of things to try to get my house up for sale, and I am so crazy busy that like I did not have any time to think about what a good Mind Trap would be. I had no time, no energy, no mental space at all for that. So I'm glad you came up, and it was a rather interesting one too. Which Force user would you most like to have as a trainer if you were Force sensitive? And the 4 options, and obviously there could be other options certainly, and people can if another, please let us know below. The ones that you gave were Satil Shan, Orgus Din, Darth Malgus, and Darth Asina. And I voted for Satil Shan, who was the winner. How about you, Kitty? What was your vote?
Satil Shan.
Okay.
I wanted to go Orgus Din. I really like him.
It is pretty cool, yeah.
But knowing that he doesn't, spoiler alert, You get Satil Shan as a master longer than Orgus Din.
Right. And Malgus is pretty cool, obviously, and I like the idea of having Darth Asina. That was, especially since you can actually see her early on, on Korriban, which is pretty cool. Satil Shan did win going away. We had 136 votes. Not bad. A little on the light side. I'm wondering if the craziness around Twitter is affecting things. I don't know.
We were late, too.
We were a little late as well, although usually most of the votes, come within like the first 24 to 48 hours anyway, and we were well above that. So, but anyway, 136 votes, and Satil Shan was the winner going away with 60.3% of the vote. And it was pretty tight after that. Orgus Din, 14.7% of the vote. Darth Malgus just behind him at 14% of the vote. And Darth Asina at 11%. There we go. And let's see. And then there's some interesting answers, I thought, replies, people giving other options and stuff. Jedi Master Ashia Satur said, I voted for Satil, but I'd prefer you on par. I think she's stronger than we give her credit for. That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Let's see. Weldon's mom, Revan, because he understands the dark and the light. And then Weil says, where's Harkin? He was delightful. Yeah, delightful. That's funny. Force said Satil, but Orgus is great too. He's like a father figure, and he's very understanding like Satil. But I'd love to meet and chill out with Satil. She's also a mother figure, so if I have issues going on, she'll be there to help me out, and also talk about Theron too.
Yeah.
And Pancake Guy is like, why no Darth Mar? I could see that. He would make a good one, but on the other hand, it's like we never really see him. Does he ever have a?
I don't know. But what I was thinking of is that I was tossed up between going, all right, let's do Jedi this time, and then Sith next time. But then I went, you know what? Let's just
do a couple of each.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, like girl, that. Boy, girl.
That's true too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. And where's the Darth Mar option? Also from Paul Sutherland. So, Mar's a big popular favorite.
I didn't even think of Mar.
I think the only thing about Mar is like you never really see him. Like there's never, and I'm Darth Mar's apprentice,
Not to mention if you went in for a, hey, we did it, Master hug, you'd probably impale yourself.
This is true. Let's see. I don't know who Orgus is, so I'll go with Satil because Sith shouldn't be allowed anywhere near children.
Good point.
That's pretty funny. Well, if you haven't done all the stories or it's been a while, it might be a little harder to remember Orgus because you don't see him later on the way you see Satil like over and over again, which is so that makes sense. Anyway, all right, so that was fun. And then let's go to the holo feed. So the SWTOR did let us know the in-game events for November. They just did this shortly after the last show, and Feast of Prosperity just finished. Didn't just finish. It is up. Sorry, the next one is the one that's finishing. The Feast of Prosperity is up. It's from November 1st, so it's been going a week, and then so it is going a week. At least in my brain that was like, and that means it's gone. But it's going through November 29th. So you have basically all of November, essentially November 29th. And so if you haven't done it before, there's lots to it. And then this year there's also some new stuff. The Gorman's favorite weapon set, the Duba and Goburga transport kit skiffs, and the Feast holo toy among them. The Rackle Resurgence in Alderaan, this was the one that actually came and went this last week, so it's just finished. But it was the one on Alderaan. And I actually leveled through Alderaan and, had a couple of those random spawn just attack me for no reason sort of thing. That's always fun. Right. And, get occasionally exploded on the fleet, all that good stuff. Relics of the Gree is going to be showing up not this week, but next week from November 15th to November 22nd. And that's always fun. I don't know... I'm hoping the house will be sort of settled out by then, or at least my part of it will be sort of settled out by then. And maybe I'll actually get to join a guild run or something. That would be nice. But yeah, so that's coming up. And then Pirate Incursions right after that, November 29th. Is that right after that? Yeah. No, it's a week after that, actually. So there's another off week, and then November 29th to December 6th is Pirate Incursion, and that's on Dantooine. And yeah, lots of cool stuff there too. And they do also mention, of course, the 10-year anniversary is still going on. We are getting late in the year, so, if you haven't visited that vendor, it's so low priority because it's been there all year and there's no special reason to go there at any one time, but it's only going to be there about another month. So when you think about it, and you're on the fleet, go check it out. Go see if there's anything you want to get there. There's a bunch of decos, fireworks, backpack toy, the Senya Hollow statue, commemorative statues of HK-51, Valkorion, and Malgus. Good stuff. And let's see, then the Galactic, they did the Galactic Season objectives. They've done this before, and then they're just letting us know which ones they're going to be. So the 8th to the 15th is the one that's going on right now. And so every day, and this is no matter what week you're in, earn 25,000 personal conquest points across your legacy. So you get a little bit of influence every time, towards the season 3, every time you get on and complete 25,000 personal conquest points, which is, like I say, one of the main things I'm doing on those 3 other servers. And I mean, unless I've done the math way wrong, I should be able to get all the way through Galactic Season 3 just by doing the dailies, making sure to also get the weekly one with 200,000, which shows up in every version of this, and that's basically enough as long as you're very, very consistent. Now, if you're not, then you'll probably need to get a few more done. But I've done that too, because I turned in and got 1,000 rep points and got a weekly done that way. So it's definitely doable. Let's see. So complete any 7 of 10 of March Across the Galaxy, which is the 200,000 point personal conquest one. Better Analytics, which is basically getting 40 game analysis modules any way you can, essentially. There's a bunch of ways to do it. Turn in game analysis modules to get reputation. That's called Playing the Game. Let's see, track down and defeat the following high-profile targets on Corellia. So it's the Corellia version this time. 2 Republic, 2 Empire. Let's see, there's a crafting one. Assemble materials into industrial or synthetic prefabs and fabricator crystals or designs. Let's see, and then Serenity or Passion. Complete missions as a Jedi Consular or a Sith Inquisitor origin. I'm actually doing that automatically on Scarecrow, which is cool. I'm also thinking if it turns out I can't get the daily, something like this might be a good way to sort of get some extra points on some of the other servers without spending too much time doing it. Good idea. Yeah. There's another one for doing flashpoints. You get 1 point for any flashpoint you do. You earn 4 extra points if you do False Emperor, Legacy of the Rakata, Battle of Ilum, or Ruins of Null. And you get an additional bonus point if you defeat their bonus boss, which is another 3 points, which means if you do one of them on that list that has a bonus boss and you do the bonus boss, that's all 8 points right there.
Ooh, nice.
Pretty easy, yeah. I'm actually thinking on Scarecrow, False Emperor and Battle of Ilum are the ones right after Ilum anyway. So maybe sometimes I just skip those 2 flashpoints, but maybe I'll actually just do them this time, and either just do one if I can figure out the bonus boss bit, or just do them both and then we'll be done. Great Beasts. Defeat Lucky the Rancor in Corellia and Trapjaw on Tatooine. That's definitely a group activity for sure. Yeah, there's a GSF one.
I bet if you just hung around Trapjaw,
oh yeah, maybe
it would show up.
Right, some other group. Right, some other group, and then you just help tag it. It could. And then Fearsome Foes on Ossus. Defeat Dread Pirate Carvoy on Mechshaw. Oh, sorry, one's on Mechshaw, and then R8X8 is on Ossus. So, yeah. And I'm not going to go through all the other ones, but they do let you know the ones ahead of time as well. And then they will sort of recycle after that. Cool. Yeah. There was they did a few days after the last show, on the 20th of October, they did do 711B. They did actually put that out. Basically, it was the main one is to kind of help R4 Anomaly Operation because she was wiping the group. So now she no longer uses Force Blast during her Insulate transition to wipe the whole group. But there's also some bug fixes. So not too much to say there, except one other thing was that luck of the draw when in Galactic Seasons 3 is to find the cheaters. They lowered it from 20 down to 10 cheaters, and they reduced the respawn time of the gamblers by quite a bit. Like it was 5 minutes, and I think it's more like 2 or 3 minutes now. I didn't actually time it, but like I did the sort of running around and doing it and coming back to it. It was definitely a lot quicker, which is nice.
Yeah.
And let's see. And a couple other little bug fixes. No worries. They added a following bug to the known issues list. Enlightened Spider Droid, the one we were talking about, Kitty. There is a typo in the tooltip. Let's see. And then also the visual effect of the Enlightened Spider Droid's head is missing, especially in previews, but it seems to work in the game. For me at least. The Enlightened Spider Droid mini pet cannot be sold on the GTN, which is another bug. And another bug, the Enlightened Spider Droid's pet portrait frame is missing from the abilities window. So there's a lot of little bugs for this one little pet. But having said that, it's actually really cool. I haven't had it. I did, the portrait was messed up, but I haven't seen anything missing on the droid when it's out live. Okay. Yeah, I haven't noticed that either. It's very cool. I'm going to have to unlock it because right now it's on one of my 2 mains, and it's like, so I hardly ever see it. I don't think to get it out. It's pretty cool. We do also have a dev stream coming up tomorrow, and I was specifically considering like moving the OotiniCast to tomorrow after the dev stream, but with all the craziness in my life, I could not. I could not do it. So we're going to end up having. This isn't the end of the world though, because we'll get the live stream, but there's almost always a bunch of stuff that comes out after the live stream as they clarify things that they said in the live stream or try to put down rumors that spring up, based on the wording of a particular sentence or whatever. There's always stuff that come, like if it's like if you try to do if we did the live stream and then did the OotiniCast a couple hours later, I guarantee you the next episode 2 weeks later we'd be still talking about the live stream because we'd be like, okay, well this is what they said and then this is how it's been clarified and then this is the rumor that came out and then they decided to squash that by letting us know that's not what they meant, that sort of thing. But here's what they said. Jackie Poe posted hello everyone, mark your calendars, we'll be hosting a live stream for Game Update 7.2. And the dev stream is coming up tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Central, so that's 11:30 a.m. Our time Pacific, 2:30 if you're Eastern, all that good stuff. Or it's 6:30 p.m. UTC if you use that as sort of like your anchor time. As always, it will be hosted over on our Twitch channel. We'll be going over what players can expect with the next game update, the reopening of the PTS, and a general timeline of 7.2's launch. And there we go. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, exactly. You never know exactly what that means. This is a little cagey. I mean, they're basically just saying it's about 7.2, but they didn't. There's not really any little hints. There's no juicy hints about what that means beyond that, so it's just saying what we can expect with the 7.2 update, the reopening of the PTS, so something that'll be tested, and the timeline of 7.2's launch. I'm presuming the PTS is for stuff coming in 7.2, but maybe not, we don't know. And I'm looking forward to that a lot. So I'm going to make time for this. Like, I'm going to take time away from my taking care of my house and then to actually watch this and take notes and all that good stuff. And
I know that we've reiterated this several times, but 7.2, that means there is going to be story edition.
That's right. Yep. So right, because
exciting.
Yeah, not too long ago, less than 2 years ago, I think they did make it so that when there's a 7.0 to 7.1. That sort of change, in this case it's to 7.2, that actually involves story. So there is going to be story in 7.2. Presumably they're going to at least hint at that tomorrow. What they actually say about it, we'll find out. Right. I'm very excited.
Me too.
Yeah, so let's see. So Finally, in the force feedback, as I mentioned before, DL Smoothwolf sent us a letter. Greetings, OotiniCast. DL Smoothwolf here. Just wanted to know what everyone's planning for Feast of Prosperity this year. I would suggest heading to Rishi for lots of pickup orders on roast Gorak, decorating them with Orbird feathers and maybe some Kathhound horns, and a little dash of Ice Fire and Opal Voltilla for that extra flavor every now and then. And we finish the day by wishing everyone a happy Ootini giving. From DL Smoothwolf. Thank you, DL Smoothwolf.
Thanks, Theo.
Yeah, I haven't really done any Feast of Prosperity yet. One of the nice things is because you occasionally get drops for Feast of Prosperity tokens, and I'm actually I'm noticing that because they're purple and they really stand out, and partly because I keep thinking, oh, and maybe this is a module for the game module. It's not. It's never. It's always a Feast of Prosperity token or multiples.
I know, I do the same thing.
Sometimes you get ×2, ×3, and I've even seen some ×5s on those. So I've got quite a bit of them kind of building up in the background.
Right.
But I haven't been back there to actually do the missions yet, but I definitely want to. And yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, and leveling, I see purple. I'm like, ooh, gear upgrade. No.
Right, or a purple gift or something, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Nope.
But yeah, I think the some of the like the toy sounds really fun, like the little feast toy and stuff like that. I think that sounds really fun. I
really like the new mounts that are available. Those are really cool. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else knew this. I'm just remembering now. But last year, the Feast of Prosperity, you could get some emotes. I'm an emote collector.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was that you got the emote and it was only for your character that got the emote.
And it's not unlockable. Yeah.
Now it is.
Oh, it is unlockable now.
I went and unlocked it for my account.
Oh, nice.
Or for at least my legacy. So get in there and get that stuff for all of your other characters.
Do you have to re-unlock it by doing more missions, or if you did it on a character, you can just unlock it now? Oh, good.
Yeah. So if you have it
tip of the week
on the character, you can go get it. Yeah, I totally forgot about it until
because I seem to remember there's some pretty nice little emotes too, and I did get them on my then main, and then it's like, but because I don't have them unlocked for everyone, I don't get to see them in it ever.
Yeah. There's a wave. There's a cheer,
I remember, which is handy, and the cheer is handy too.
Dance.
Yeah, I don't remember what the dance looked like, but I remember, especially the wave and the little toast thing is like it's pretty nice to have that kind of
I like
sort of emote that you can use in the game and just sort of to communicate in various ways. Yep. So, all right, anything else, Kitty?
Nope. I think that's it.
All right, then. That's a show. If you'd like to play with us in the Utini Knights Guild on the Republic side of the Satil Shan server, or in our
Utini Rage
Guild on the Empire side, do a /C join Utini to join the Utini channel. Then let us know you're a fan of the show. You can email questions and comments about the show to OotiniCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter using @OotiniCast. You can find contact details for us on our website, OotiniCast.com, which includes how to subscribe using iTunes, Stitcher, and the rest. We record the show live bi-weekly on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific, by streaming at twitch.tv/OotiniCast. Our theme song is Doomsday by Jean-Paul Zogby, which I love. I still love that name. It's like one of the best names.
I know, it is a great name.
And thank you to the chat room.
Thank you, chat. I know I spelt buy as in purchase, but sorry.
And we'll see you next show.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for coming on.
All right. And Kitty, do you see someone that you want us to raid, or?
Oh, let me check real quick.
Okay, I'll go to the dashboard.
Let's see. Oh, Twisted Redneck.
Twisted Redneck. Okay.
I can
let me see if it
send
shows
you a
up.
link if you want.
I can usually find it. There it is. All right, we'll try raiding Twisted Redneck.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming, everyone. All right, so we're gonna be ready to raid in 5 seconds. Once we do the raid, I'll stop the stream after that.
2.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, I'm going to stop the stream, stop the recording.